listening to the best of inspirational music and conversation radio, Brand New Day with Emily Blue, right here on We Talk Radio. As you know, this is Women's History Month. Our show theme for the month of March is Women Who Change the World. We are highlighting and celebrating women past, present, and beyond. DeAnn, we had an awesome time last night during the Dream Lounge, didn't we?
Yes, we did. Certainly.
Yeah, our visionaries, they poured everything that they could into us when we received some incredible nuggets and advice. And every session was timely, wasn't it?
Very.
You know, DeAnn,
right on time. Right
absolutely.
on time.
And I replayed everything that was said in my mind. So we're going to highlight some moments from the Dream Lounge throughout the broadcast, and we hope and pray that you are just as blessed as we were.
If we were in person, we would be laughing, we would be giggling, and we'd be having a good old time. Some of us have had our vaccines. Some of us have not had our vaccines. But guess what? We know that the blood of Jesus has covered us all because we're still here right now. We made it through a pandemic. It marked the year in March. Not only did we make it through a pandemic, we made it through some mental days because being by yourself is challenging because when you're isolated, you know, you can be very lonely, but I want you to know tonight before I tell you about your awakening that you're never alone. Sisters, you are never alone. I don't care how lonely it gets. I don't care how dark it gets, how those moments are. And that's my segue into the spiritual awakening because I wanted to wake you up. You're in your pajamas, yes, right? But how many times have you woke up in your pajamas, but you still wanted to do what? Go back to sleep. Have you ever just wanted to put your pajamas back on and start your day over again? Because everything was going awry. Everything was going crazy, whether it was kids, if you got a mate, it could be your cat, your dog, even your goldfish might have been acting up that day, blowing extra bubbles. Hey, I don't know what it was. It could have been your grandchildren. It could have been your church members because we know sometimes church folks can act up too. The devil get in a little bit of everybody, but guess what? At the end of the day, ladies, we're all still here. So we're going to give ourselves a round of applause for still being here. We're more than conquerors in Jesus Christ, and we're still here. We're still helping people. We're still loving on each other. I know that Brand New Day, Emily, you guys have continued to do the show and bring positive affirmations and information. So first and foremost, I thank God, but I want to be grateful for you guys pulling this together so that women who are positive, who are trying to uplift one and another, could come together. Even though it's virtual, guess what? Sometimes you just need another sister to tell you it's okay. It's going to be all right, girlfriend. Everybody doesn't always need to know every detail of your life, right? But if you got some praying girlfriends or you got some friend girls that know how to call on God, guess what? Then it doesn't matter if you're sleeping, they're woke, long as somebody in the crew is woke. So as I go into my little quick spiel about the spiritual awakening, we all have fallen asleep in some way, shape, form, fashion, or another. And when I say we have fallen asleep, some of us have fallen asleep at times where we may not have been in our word, even though we've had a lot of free time, even though we've had a lot of me time. I just know that so many people have gone through so many things since the pandemic has begun, whichever word. Come on, Emily, help me out. But you don't have to stay asleep. No matter what your situation is, you can get back to those things that we should have been doing or could have been doing. I'm not going to even have enough time to get into why you need a spiritual awakening, because some of you have spiritual insomnia right now. And so that's a crisscross. So we might be in our pajamas, but sister, you ain't been asleep. You're not sleeping at night. You're flipping, you're tossing and turning and flipping and flopping like a little fish because you're worrying about the world. You're worrying about your life, your bills. You're worrying about the pandemic, family members. You might have lost somebody, whatever the case may be. Let me tell you a little secret. He can handle all of that if you turn it over to him. That's the only thing that's going to keep you woke, is to be in line and in tune with your creator, to be in line and in tune with God, and to make sure that you're taking care of yourself. Think it not strange that God has given us this time to be able to be off to ourselves. Some of y'all could probably be detoxing right now. And when I say detoxing, that's from everything from relationships to what you eat, to what you ingest, television shows, music, etc. This is a time of refreshing.
We need to stop dreaming small. You serve a big God. You have big purpose. It's time for you to stop sitting back. It's time for you to stop dimming your light. It's time for you to stop hiding yourself. Dream it, speak it, say it, live it, write it. Be bold about it. Own it. It belongs to you. It belongs to you. You want to know how to get over? You want to know how to come out? You want to know how to get out of your head? Do it. Believe in the woman. Believe in a woman that you were created to be. Be unmovable in the word that God gives you. Include the right kind of circle, not just anybody. You better start doing applications. What can you bring to my life? You better quit playing. You got a purpose and a destiny, and you can't be attaching any and everything on you. It's some demons out there who want to stop you. You better learn how to pray over some stuff. Everybody don't get to ride in the train. Learn from your mistakes. Be willing to learn from your mistakes. Be willing to extract from those mistakes. And then dream big. You were created to be big. Don't let nobody take it down. I don't care what you've been told. I don't care what they said about you. I don't care if they said that you was too dark. I don't care if they said that you were the wrong race. I don't care if they said that you were the wrong size. I don't care if they said you came from the wrong background. My God said I was predestined, and a purpose was created for me before I ever entered this world. Whose report are you going to believe? That's your choice.
So let me just tell you who I am first, because you're wondering, who is this chick with the big glasses on? My name is Tamara Batson, and one of the things that I do is style. I don't promote that too much. I just do that to very particular loving people that I love and that need my services, like, of course, Emily. But really what I do is I create content, ladies. At 40, I started feeling some sort of way, and I heard women around me echoing the same thing about they kind of lost their mojo. They kind of weren't feeling too fly anymore. You know, they were feeling kind of down and out. They weren't feeling their sexy and all that. So I'm like, you know what? I snapped out of my pity party pretty quickly. And I said, I'm going to start a blog. I'm going to start a fashion lifestyle blog. But this blog is just not going to be about fashion lifestyle, because we are so much more than that, right? You can get lost in all the fashion and all the glitter and all the brands and all that. But deep down, what are we going to do with this next chapter, right? We got a lot of years ahead of us at 40, So what are we going to do? And how are we going to live our best life? So when she said looking and living the part, Emily said, hey, Tamara, I was like, God, that's perfect. Looking and living the part. So I create content. I create videos in particular, because videos are so powerful. Just like we're here together, we can see each other, we can hear each other. And somehow that just evokes emotion, right? So looking and living the part. And sometimes when I'm styling women in particular, there have been many times when women have said to me, Tamara, I can't remember the last time I felt pretty. Does that resonate with anybody? Have there been chapters in your life where you looked in the mirror and you couldn't find your pretty? I know I have. There have been times that have been pretty dark and pretty dismal, and I just didn't feel it. And so sometimes I had to fake it. So it talks about looking and living the part. So I did. And even though I'm in fashion and style, a lot of times my style is very simplistic with just accentuations of my personality. And so that's one thing I really want to stress with you ladies, is always dress you feel. And some days you're not feeling that good, so it may be simple, but just put on that pop of red. I see some red lipstick out here. I see the big glasses here. I see the headband matching the pajamas. Those are things. Hoops. I see the head wraps. I see the image with the crown. Those are all things that we do to show our personality, right? To feel more vivacious.